Hi there, welcome to Bouncy e-learning videos and another episode on Let's Learn Cybersecurity. Last week, I talked about the CIA Triad, where we saw the three components of the CIA Triad. That's confidentiality, integrity, and availability. I also talked about issues regarding each of these components of the triad. Today, we will learn to correct those issues I mentioned earlier on, okay? Great. So in this module, you will learn how to correct the issues with each of the CIA triad component. So on confidentiality, we have one, practice trust but verify technique. This is actually a way to curb social engineering. I explained in the previous video that social engineering is a technique used by malicious persons to trick users into revealing sensitive information or sometimes perform certain actions. So when you get an email from a supposed person, call the person. Find out whether it's actually the person who sent you that email. Confirmation is key here. You may have some documents which are confidential either at work or even in school. They may no longer be in use. What do? You don't just dump them, okay? You shred them. This is a way to also curb dumpster diving activities. 3. Lock your screen when not in use. I think this is quite self-explanatory. 4. Encrypt data in transit and at rest. Encrypting data is one of the main aim in confidentiality. You encrypt your data so that no unauthorized person can view or can even make modification where necessary. So data in transit is you sending the data, sending an email, sending something to someone. Could be through the internet, right? Great. And data at rest is data in storage. You stored it on, let's say, your hard drive, even on your computer. So you may have some files on your computer that are very confidential. You may want to lock them so that no malicious person can have access. Then lastly, we should ask questions where necessary. This mostly happens when people call us for certain information. They can call us for information about a particular organization we are working with, or even our friends, or even finding out information about ourselves. Ask questions about the reason why they would need such information. So these are illustrations on how to lock your computer. So for Mac users on the left, you can use Control Command Kill. It's just a key combination. Control Command Kill. Then it locks your screen. Okay. For Windows, it's just Windows L. Then it locks your screen. You can try this at home or you can try it now. Give me the feedback in the comment section. So for documents, I'm using Word as an example. So you have a Word document, you want to encrypt it either by password, you are password protecting it or making it read only. Follow this step. So you have your document open, you go to File at the top left corner. You scroll down to Information. So information about that document you want to encrypt or password protect. So you go to Information. Then you scroll down to Protect Documents. So protect documents, you have several of them, either read only, either encrypting it with password, restricting editing, we can all see it here. Great. And one more thing, if you are sending an email to someone with an attachment and you want to encrypt it, okay? So let's say you've password protected it. It is advisable to give the password to the person using a different social media avenue. So an example is person A is sending an email to person B using Gmail, and it has an attachment which is password protected. It is best for person A to send the password through another social media aside Gmail. So it can be WhatsApp, it can be Twitter, it can be Facebook. All right. We have availability. So availability, we should always look out for the HTTPS when browsing. So HTTPS is another version on HTTP, okay? But this is a secure version of HTTP. It's a protocol for web browsing, okay? Great. Then we should also regularly back up our files so that in the event of ransomware, we don't get to pay the ransom. when we are asked by the malicious persons. Redundancy is also a way of backing up, but in this time, it's with systems. So you may have a computer, but you have another computer, so that just in case there is hardware failure or any other failure, you can get access to your data or your information using the other computer, right? So these are illustrations. On our left, we have HTTPS, the address, okay? So HTTPS, I said we should use HTTPS. We should always look out for the HTTPS. Those are the ones we should be using for now, okay? HTTP is not secured, so I wouldn't advise you to use HTTP. So you open a site and it has just HTTP. I would encourage you to leave the site. You don't enter any password, you don't enter anything there. Integrity. So integrity, we talk about encryption, talk about hashing and logging. I've already explained encryption. I mean, subsequent videos will have detailed explanations on these particular um, corrections. Okay, great. So let's go to hashing. Hashing is actually an algorithm or a function, just as we have mathematics, quadratic equations, trigonometry, those kind of equations. Okay, hashing is just like that. So hashing, what it does is it transforms your characters or your string or even your file, your documents. Okay, it transforms them into a fixed value. All right. I think definitely my explanation won't be really good. I think illustrations will help better for you to understand. An example is MD5 generator. I'll use this one in an illustration for you to see very soon. Great. Lastly, we have login. So login is actually a way to, keep a event that has happened on your computer, so that in case where there is an incident, you may want to look through your event logs, you may want to look through your logs or your whatever logs you have to, get the understanding of how the event occurred or how the incident occurred, right? So this is the illustration I wanted to explain, okay? So here I use the MD5 generator, right? So on our left, we can see Bouncy e-learning with a comma. On our right, we have just have Bouncy e-learning, right? Ideally, it was supposed to give us the same MD5 hash, MD5 hash, or SHA1 hash, SHA1 hash. But because I introduced a comma, it has changed the whole scenario. So that's how hashing happens, okay? That's the whole idea on hashing. As I said, subsequent videos will have detailed explanation on these things. So this is just an illustration. Great. Thank you for your time. See you next week. Bye.